Hello guys, J-Motion Pictures back with another video, and today I'm going to be going over the Jakks Pacific Sonic the Hedgehog Sonic action figure. And yes, I've already done a review on the Sonic figure, but that was the other one. That was a different figure. The packaging is also different, and there's small different stuff. This is supposed to be better, but the legs are really floppy, and that was my biggest complaint in the other video that I'd made, and this was right out of the box. It was just really floppy and really not good. It couldn't even stand him up properly, so really weak legs. So I decided to get the other one at my Walmart to see if this is any better, and if this isn't, I'm going to go crazy. Now, I am going to talk about the packaging first. So it is very similar to the other one. You have the Sonic the Hedgehog standard writing there, and then you have Sonic, the character name, Jakks Pacific, accessory included, and then you have a very huge bubble for packaging, which is just a waste of space. And then you have it saying that it is articulated and in multiple languages. You have the character of Sonic up top, kind of leaping to the cardboard part of the box there, and then you turn it around. It has 11 points of articulation. It demonstrates the movements, and then it says a lot quicker of a bio. It just says the world's fastest blue hedgehog. And then you see the other figures in the wave, collect them all, and that should be it. Nothing on the bottom. So without further ado, let's get this figure open and see how he compares to the other one. This is what he looks like out of the packaging, and I have not moved any of the legs yet. I'm like very scared to see if it's going to be that same loose kind of low quality. And it looks like it. Ah, man, please don't. That is terrifying. What? Okay. It pops back on. But at least now you know how the articulation works. Oh, come on, man. The head works fine. It was very loosely attached. Therefore, you get the smallest bit of pivoting. What is this? Oh, no. Okay. I know Jakks Pacific makes good figures, guys, but this is, like, okay. The legs aren't super wobbly. These are very stiff, but, like, stiff enough to it holds those, kind of joints. So I'm wondering if it would be easier to stand him. No, it won't be. No way. Please do not tell me it will not stand up. Okay. Like, what? Like that. That's honestly a lot better than this one. Let's look at that. Yeah. A lot better than this one. But it's still difficult, which I'm expecting because, yeah, he has a big head. But, like, it's mostly this knee, I think. Maybe that one over time, too. So this ankle's bad, this knee is bad, and the head is mid. Taking a look at just overall the sculpt, not the sculpt, but like the paintwork and everything, the face is very different. The sculpt is also different. He has more of a downward look with his eyebrows than this one, I think. So it looks like this one's just more narrowed to make him look angrier. Okay, I believe the arms are the same. It's just different hands. Like this one's gripped, this one's punching, and then this one's punching, and that one's gripping. So just some small tweaks of the modern figure, which again is this one. But can this figure really not stand? That is like very disappointing. That is very disappointing. Yeah, he can't stand. I think this is just his head at this point, because it's not like the knee joints are going back. It's literally just the head is like way too big, which I think in the right, like, no, it just doesn't want to. That's like the most you're going to get, honestly, which I think is fine. It's better than this, because if you try and stand him up, you're going to stand, he's looking a lot more down. If you try and get him up, it's just going to fall back. So this just feels different, like the figures. I know this one just kind of, like this one over here looks like it has a little bit of a better paint job. Or something about the blue just feels less like glossy and kind of cheap. I'm going to excuse it because it's not like this is a high quality, high production figure. It's only $10. And for what you get, it's honestly not bad. Again, it won't really stand that well because of the head. And I've posed this figure around quite a bit. The posing and stuff, when you get it into poses, it's actually pretty good. It won't really fall over that easily. I just really hope nothing else breaks on this figure. But yeah, so other than that, it's like pretty good. I don't see many problems with it. Looks like, is this harder to stand and kind of pose around? Maybe I'm just not doing it right. Because if you get him in like that pose right there, he won't really stand that great. That's crazy. Okay, there we go. We kind of have that going on, but like this one is a little more on the easy side to kind of pose around. If you get this out like that, and you kind of put it down like this. I have it in a stop motion. I'll show you right now on the screen. It just looks, it's just a little more easier to kind of get into poses and stuff. Here it just looks a little weird. Maybe I just have to mess around with the figure more. I'm also really scared that I'm going to get these joints like so loose again, which honestly I think that is unfortunately the case. Maybe it's just something they fixed over time. They're definitely more stiff than the previous Sonic figure, this one. But still, it is a little complicated to get him to stand properly, but hopefully this is easier. I'm definitely making a Sonic video, because I do have this figure over here. So yeah, that video will be made. So yeah, overall, I know this video's kind of been all over the place, but this is just like a second kind of review because the original was kind of more, I guess, modern, or not modern, but up to par with the rest. So yeah, the articulation, I think it's only on mine because it's like kind of weird. The head has the tiniest bit of pivot, and I don't think that's supposed to be. His arms usually do move around, and then you have the arm joint, which moves his arm up that high, which is good. And you have a ball joint on the hand, which is nice on both of them. Then the legs, they kick out this far. And then the knees have a 90-degree bend, which the knees look great, by the way. They look nice. I just wish that it would make sturdier plastic for it. And then the ankles, as you saw when they popped off, they have a ball joint. So they're able to get all that movement, or like shown here. So all that stuff is able to happen. But the figure is just kind of weird. I think I might rate this the same, because here with this figure, it was the legs that gave it that like 6.5. But for here, it's like the paint that gives it that 6.5 kind of rating. I'm going to give it a 7 because I don't think it's always going to be loose on the ankle. Like it's just going to pop off like that. And it's not that bad for $10. It's still, acceptable. So I might honestly give this like a 7.5 to an 8 in terms of Jakks Pacific standards, because again, they're only $10. So I don't expect exactly much. And he is easier to stand up. I think it's just a problem during the time with them, where they had a little more harder time standing. But it's a pretty good figure, honestly. I'm a little more satisfied, to be honest. I was skeptical of buying another one, but I'm kind of happy I did. I don't regret it, and especially getting this guy in a pose. I know it's not gonna be like the most difficult thing in the world, because the other one wasn't. So like doing something like that, just easy, balancing on one foot, fine. He's pretty good with that. And then the arms and everything, I think it's good. I think it's a good buy, honestly. If you see this at a store, go get it, pick it up. It's. I don't think you'll be disappointed with it. Again, just know that with normal standing is going to be the problem. But I think that's more the head instead of the knees. So with that information, do what you will. So taking a look at the accessory that this figure comes with, it's like, I think this is like kind of like Mario's star like power, basically. It has the same power, I'm pretty sure. It just kind of gives Sonic a little more invincibility. I'm pretty sure that's what it was in the original games. So that's pretty cool to see. I haven't played a lot of new Sonic games, so I don't know if that's exactly what this still is. But I'm a huge Sonic fan, and I do like the original games. So this is cool to see here. You just kind of have that there. And if you get the other Jakks Pacific figures, they come with a bunch of more different accessories to build kind of like your Sonic diorama, which is nice. So cool accessory, not anything crazy, but it does the job. It's cool, all right? Measuring this Sonic figure, he stands in person, he stands a little bit over 4 inches. Here he stands next to the Omega, which I always thought was like a fine size comparison. I didn't think he was too crazy. And then from the same wave, actually, here is Tails. Let me get him in a proper stance. Here he stands next to this Sonic, which again is in the same wave, which I do like. I think this is fine. Tails is definitely shorter than Sonic, which should always be. So I think that's fine. And again, getting him to stand and kind of look at eye level is like a little better. It's actually quite a bit better. But yeah, so I am fine with that. And then putting him up to, let's see, let's get some of my other figures. Here he stands next to the Mario movie Mario and Luigi figure, and then taking those aside and putting him up with the Sonic movie Sonic figure. This one stands so much better. I like this a lot more. I really did want like a classic Sonic because I think that just always is going to look better for me. And this one is really good. Like the knees, over time I've posed it and done so much with this figure. Nope, not it's not getting loose on me or whatever like that. Really good. And then putting him next to the movie Knuckles here, which again stands pretty good. The joints are nice. And yeah, so that's how he stands. I don't know if you want to put the movie Knuckles next to the Sonic because this is a lot more textured and designed for the movie, same as this thing. But I mean, I guess you could. This size comparison is okay. And here's how Sonic stands next to your average 6-inch figure. We have the Marvel Legends Stan Lee. So what would be my final verdict? Yeah, I'm satisfied. I really like this figure a lot, and I think it's really cool. The head does need a little bit of improvement, but we did get an improvement with this figure right here, which does look a lot better overall. But this overall in the grand scheme of things, I like it. I don't know if, the floppiness is only on this figure. And maybe this one, I mean, there could be a copy of this that is also floppy. I don't exactly know. But just buying this to get a regular version of it and knowing that that is kind of what this was supposed to be like, but just with a better kind of paint apps, I think this is a good figure. And I want to give it, for Jakks specific, I'd say an 8 out of 10. I think this is really nice, and I like this a lot. And, I mean, even look, he could stand well in a pose. His foot isn't even actually on the ground. It's just, kind of slanted. But, yeah, really great figure. I love this a lot, and I think it's good. It's definitely a good buy. So, that's going to be it. Thank you guys for watching, and, yeah, my final rating on this will be 8 out of 10. And if you want to see more videos, please like, and if you're new, subscribe so you could see more videos like this and upcoming stuff in the future. And yeah, that's going to be it. Thank you guys for watching again, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.